You're on a panel today discussing the importance of patients in personalised medicine. You represent the private sector. How do you work with patients?
So this is a very good question, and actually it's an area that's really developing right now. And I think that the way the industry is developing, we see huge opportunity for patients to contribute and play a very full role in a whole range of areas. It starts with designing the right clinical programs and developing the right drugs in a way that patients find the most valuable and makes it as easy as possible for them to comply with their treatment and stay on their therapy. And so there's a huge effort underway right now to make sure that patient input into the R&D process is optimized and that it's an integral part of all of the research that we do, and that we're listening to this voice as strongly as we can to ensure that their views come forward. After we launch a drug and after it's available, we do everything we can to make sure that patients have the right access to drugs. And a critical component here is making sure that the right patient gets the right drug. And so to do this, we deploy a whole range of approaches, but one of the ones that I was talking about today was the use of biomarkers in drug development and the use of tools that enable us to tell whether a patient is likely to respond or not likely to respond to a particular treatment. Now, this is great for those patients who get benefit from the drug, but for those that don't respond, they can be given the alternative appropriate treatment for them earlier rather than cycling unnecessarily through a modern innovation. And so the use of biomarkers and the use of patient input into clinical programs are key ways that we're helping to get patients at the center of the drug development business.
There are a lot of opportunities with personalised medicine, but will that increase costs? If we have good biomarkers, could you actually reduce the cost by getting the right medicine to the right people?
So I think the answer is yes to both questions and maybe to both questions. I can certainly see the potential for personalised medicine if it results in personalised manufacturing of individual drugs individually tailored to individual patients can be a very costly and time-consuming business. And this has the potential to be a challenge for cash-strapped healthcare systems. But the idea that we can identify non-responders and rule them out from receiving expensive modern therapies is clearly an opportunity. And certainly if the potential is to take these drugs for a long period of time, a simple test that says, no, don't go down this path, stick with the existing treatment, which may well be inexpensive, you can see significant potential for savings for healthcare systems. I think we have to monitor it carefully, see how we go, see how things develop, and be flexible in the way that we introduce these techniques and approaches to make sure that we don't harm the healthcare systems that support us all.
And what can be done at a public policy level, at an EU level, to oil the wheels for innovation in this field?
I'd like to see a really strong policy framework that supports the development of personalised medicine. I'd like to see investments in infrastructure to support diagnostic testing and the rollout of appropriate biomarkers. I'd like to see us become a little bit more obsessed with finding the right patients for individual treatments and identifying those that won't benefit. And I think if we can get the right framework, get the infrastructure, and have the will and the awareness in place to drive the proper personalisation of treatment, patients will benefit, payers will benefit, and the whole system will become more efficient.